We will be back with you from Salford soon, but now on BBC One, time to join our colleagues with the news where you are.
Thanks, Nina. On the programme, we hear how yesterday's plane crash at Southend Airport is affecting plans for those hoping to get away in the coming days. Welcome to BBC London and our viewers in the East who join us this afternoon due to technical issues from our studios in Norwich. I'm Thomas Magill. More now on the plane crash in Southend Airport yesterday afternoon. Air accident investigators remain at the scene and the terminal is closed until further notice. Our Essex reporter Stuart Woodward is there. And Stuart, have we heard from the airport or airlines today about advice for passengers who might be hoping to get away?
Well, Thomas, London Southend Airport remains closed. Those 22 inbound and outbound flights have been cancelled as the investigation work continues. EasyJet, who's the main operator here, they've moved their flights to Gatwick and Luton airports. We've also heard from Eastern Airways, which flies from here to Newquay. They say around 200 of their customers have been affected as well. You may see some passengers behind me. They're not quite sure what impact this is having on their journey. They've come here to find out. The advice from the airport is to check with your airline before coming to here. Now, there's several people whose journeys have been affected who were here ready to leave already when they saw what happened, including Julie, who talked to me earlier.
We were actually sitting on the runway and we were loaded, ready to take off, and then my husband saw black smoke out the window. He thought it was a field on fire, and then we were told we had to get off and go back to the building.
Now, we know that the aircraft was registered to a Dutch company, Zeus Aviation, and it was on its way back to its base in the Netherlands when it crashed just moments after takeoff. Eyewitnesses telling the BBC they saw the plane roll heavily to one side before coming down on the perimeter of the airfield close to a golf course. Now, it's still unclear how many crew were on board the aircraft and whether it contained any passengers or not. So there's still no official word on casualties, although we are expecting updates from Essex Police later this afternoon, who are investigating alongside the Air Accident Investigations Bureau to try and establish exactly what happened here yesterday.
Stuart, thank you. Stuart Woodward there. Residents in East London who lost their homes in a fire say they're still waiting for answers nearly a year on. Flammable cladding was being removed from Spectrum House in Chadwell Heath at the time of the incident last August. The block has now been demolished, but many leaseholders are still paying mortgages whilst renting elsewhere.
So we're looking at whether or not we can reclaim some of our costs. This fire will cost me over £100,000. Collectively, residents and leaseholders, we're looking at millions and millions of pounds that we will face in costs for a fire that was not our fault.
Well, the insurance company Aviva says they've made sure information is shared appropriately and are balancing transparency with their legal obligations. Families giving evidence in a public inquiry in central London have described mental health wards as cold, sparse and inhospitable. The Lampard inquiry is looking at the deaths of more than 2,000 mental health patients. They all stayed on units in Essex between 2000 and the end of 2023. Our health correspondent Nikki Fox has been hearing the evidence.
Families here have been giving their evidence for more than a week, and many have campaigned for years to have their story heard. This is the first public inquiry into mental health deaths, and relatives have spoken about the closed, defensive and disrespectful attitude of the main trust that manages mental health units, Essex Partnership University Trust, which has already apologised to everyone failed. Relatives have described wards as not being therapeutic. They've also said that their loved ones have been discharged way too early, and that when they were discharged, they were abandoned without any help. The inquiry is named after the chairwoman, Baroness Kate Lampard, who oversaw the NHS investigations into abuse by Jimmy Savile. During these hearings, the team has made the point that they are still disappointed with the number of staff coming forward to give evidence, and these are still relatively few in number. That's despite the chief executive of the trust, Paul Scott, saying he would support all staff and they would be protected if they gave evidence. The main reason this was made a statutory inquiry was so that those staff witnesses could be compelled to give evidence, but there's still no indication on when that's going to happen. A final report is expected in 2027. Nikki Fox, BBC London News.
The RNLI are urging those heading to the coast during this hot spell to visit beaches supervised by lifeguards. It comes after they released a video warning people about the dangers whilst out on all of our waterways. Now, as the holidays approach, one of London's quirkier little museums will mark its 100th birthday. Leighton House in Kensington is asking visitors past and present to share their memories of the place and its unique contents. Gopal Verdi has been for a look around.
Tucked away in Kensington, Leighton House is a hidden gem, a symbol of Victorian opulence, which was once the home to artist Frederick Leighton. And this year, it's celebrating a century as one of London's most cherished museums.
Frederick Leighton was one of the leading painters and sculptors of the Victorian era. In 1864, he acquired this plot of land on Holland Park Road, and he went about creating this really bespoke and unique studio home that was designed around his needs as a painter and sculptor, and also his collection, which he partly amassed during his travels.
In 1926, the house was open to the public, one of the few surviving Victorian artist homes in London. It even endured bomb damage during the Blitz. More than just a museum, over the years it's been a library, a wedding venue, and even a pop culture icon, appearing in everything from Pyro to Spandau Ballet music videos.
2026 marks 100 years since Leighton House became a public museum, and so one of the ways we're inviting visitors to participate is to share their memories with us of the house. We're looking for really any memories of exhibitions or events here that you might have attended, and we know that for a while Leighton House hosted the Kensington Children's Library. Many couples have got married here over the years, so there's lots of different activities that have happened.
The most powerful contributions will help form a new exhibition and centenary archive.
Coming from where I do in New Zealand, we've got a very limited history, and I just think it's incredible, and to know what's come before and the artwork that's happened is so important.
It's a beautiful home, the artwork is beautiful, the history is fascinating.
Our history and culture is massively important to us, and it's just great for people to be able to walk into a place like this and just learn about the past.
I think Leighton's legacy is really the house. The 19th century was a really interesting time for artist studio houses, but very few of them have survived. So Leighton House is really unusual because it provides this kind of glimpse into this 19th century artist's world.
100 years on, Leighton House isn't just preserving the past, it's inviting Londoners to help write its next chapter. Gopal Verdi, BBC London.
And happy birthday to them. That takes us to the weather with Kate.
Good afternoon. Another relatively hot day for many of us today. This was first thing in central London. There's more cloud around on the whole, but still some spells of sunshine towards northern parts of East Anglia. Norfolk, for example, the cloud was thicker first thing this morning, but some lengthy spells of sunshine have been developing. You can see here in central Bedfordshire. Now this afternoon, we'll see further sunny spells. There's also a chance of one or two isolated showers. Now you see this band of cloud moving through. That's where we're likely to get one or two showers. Not guaranteed though. Many places staying dry. Long spells of sunshine and temperatures potentially still getting up to 28 for parts of East Anglia. London a little cooler today at 25 or 26 Celsius. Now any showers and cloud clears overnight, minimum temperature dropping down to 10 or 11. A briefly bright start to Tuesday, but you have to be quick to get the sunshine as that thicker cloud is going to move in. Low pressure around the outside spiralling, some heavy rain starting off in the East Midlands. Parts of East Anglia might get a rumble of thunder, but trailing behind it we've got further showers elsewhere. So on the whole a more unsettled and much cooler day on Tuesday with a maximum between 20 and 22 Celsius. As we head into Wednesday, the temperatures make a bit of a recovery. More sunshine as we head further through the week. By Friday, temperatures in the high 20s.
And just before we go, in the last few minutes, it's been confirmed that 4 people died in yesterday's plane crash at Southend Airport. We will have more on that story at 6:30 tonight. But for now, let's go back to Nina for the rest of the BBC News at 1. Bye-bye.